Everyone, please rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Ellington High School Class of 2025 graduation ceremony. Aren't they amazing? We are all so proud of our graduates, and we're very thankful that you can join us tonight to celebrate their accomplishments. Tonight, our focus is our graduates, recognizing this milestone that they are passing and hearing what's on their hearts and minds as they move into the next phase of life. But before we get there, I just wanted to leave the graduates with an important question. It's not going to hurt the rest of us to think about it either. Graduates, what is all of this worth? It's a simple question, and I believe it has a simple answer. Let me say more. When you recognize how much you have, your next thought is to naturally wonder, how much is all of that worth? So, what is it worth to be able to own property, to have a measure of privacy, to live a life of dignity, to choose our leaders, to vote, to have a voice in how we make and administer our laws, to be able to come and go as we please, to think, to speak, to live and to choose, to read and to search for meaning and happiness, to have an education that's offered to everyone. It is easy to discount what we have because it's familiar, to take it all for granted. But the truth is that we have much more than many others do. So what is all of this worth? What are we, and by we, I now include all of you, what are we obligated to do to preserve all that we have? To preserve all of this, I think that we must be willing to work. We must be willing to participate in our society. We must be willing to live with honor. We must be willing to value justice and to show respect for our laws. We must be willing to look beyond our own life and think about what other people might think or want or need. This is a pretty simple answer to the question, what is all of this worth? But I personally believe that no free society can stand without this kind of commitment from all of its people. Graduates, I ask you please to value what we have. As you move through adult life, please also be willing to show each other and the world what all that we have is worth. Okay, enough of that. Let's start celebrating our graduates. We will begin with our student speakers. I would like for our class president, Dylan McKee, to come forward, our class vice president, Shloka Nathan, to come forward, our class secretary, Sai Saruth Chapakatla, to come forward, our class social chair, Lana Peretti, to come forward, and our peer relations chair, Rebecca Willett, to come forward.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a day we've all dreamed about for years. And now that it's here, it feels surreal to say, we did it. But before we rush forward into what comes next, I want to take a moment to look back, not just on these 4 years, but on all the years we spent growing up in this town. This town is more than just a place on a map. It's where we learned to ride bikes, it's where we played at recess, gave our first presentations, and began to figure out who we are and who we want to be. Think about the McDonald's you've been to hundreds of times, the friends who became family, the routines that are now just memories, and the tiny moments that now feel like a lifetime ago. 13 years ago, June 13th of 2025 seemed impossible, just a distant date on a calendar we couldn't even read yet. Yet here we are, and everything you've done, every early morning, every late night, every moment of doubt, growth, and determination has led to this. And while today marks the end of one chapter, it's not a goodbye to this place we call home. No matter where we go, pieces of this town come with us. They're in the way we speak, the values we carry, and the stories we'll one day tell about where it all started. So as we move forward, take a moment to truly appreciate the memories, because they're not just echoes of our past. They're the reason we stand here today. It is now my pleasure to introduce the class of 2025 Vice President Shloka Nathan.
When we first walked into freshman year, most of us had no idea what to expect. We were still wearing masks, wandering in circles trying to find the science hallway, and adjusting to a version of high school that felt more like a weird in-between than the real thing. At first, we were focused on just making it through passing world history, not getting lost between blocks, and figuring out who would be sitting next to in class. Those first months were a blur of awkward group projects, an intense spirit week, and figuring out where we fit in. We tried clubs and sports we knew nothing about just to see what would happen, and those risks often turned into the best part of our year. What started as random choices became daily routines, new passions, and friendships that made high school start to feel like it was ours. By the end of freshman year, things didn't feel so overwhelming anymore. We knew our way around, recognized more faces, and had started to find our rhythm. For many of us, it was also the first time we really got to know each other. After remote 7th grade and split 8th grade cohorts, freshman year felt like a true fresh start. We didn't have it all figured out, but we were learning together. Freshman year was full of small victories, finding our classes, making friends, and slowly feeling at home. It is now my pleasure to introduce the class of 2025 secretary, Sai Saruth Chapakatla.
Of all the years we spent together, sophomore year was truly one for the books. It was the year that tested our resilience, adaptability, and ability to face challenges head on. We entered that year still feeling the weight of a world recovering from COVID, still navigating the uncertainty that came with it. But together, we rose above those challenges, finding new ways to learn, connect, and grow. Sophomore year was a roller coaster of experiences. If you survived biology class, you know exactly what I mean. Challenges like those pushed us to our limits. However, they also prepared us for the future. They taught us how to study effectively and had the determination to persevere. And while it may have seemed overwhelming at times, we adapted and got through it, just like we always do. But sophomore year was not just about struggles. It was about the triumphs, too. We lived through moments of history that will always be remembered. Moments such as our boys soccer team winning the state championship, showing us that we're capable of achieving anything. Sophomore year also brought the arrival of ChatGPT, our unexpected digital companion, offering help with homework assignments and answering late night questions. Support I'm sure many of us deeply appreciated. Through all this, we grew stronger, wiser, and more connected. We laughed together, studied together, struggled together, and triumphed together. And as we begin this next chapter of our lives, I hope that all of us will use these memories and experiences as a guide, because they made us who we are today and will continue to inspire our success in the future. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Class of 2025 Social Chair, Lana Peretti.
Junior year forced us to grow up in many ways. As we became upperclassmen, we used our leadership skills to take on the challenges and triumphs of this year with poise and dedication. Kicking off our year by claiming the Keeper of the Night trophy set the tone for the chaos that this year brought to us. We got to go to our very first prom, and in typical fashion for our grade, made the absolute best of every moment and created incredible memories. Between late night studying, taking on SATs, and starting to think about future plans, this year was filled with major milestones both in and out of the classroom. Junior year truly flew by with the stressful and overwhelming nature of our future staring us down. Looking back on all of these unknowns, I am proud to say that we figured it out and faced them together. We went through these struggles and overcame them as a group, just like we have with every other endeavor. As we go off into the world, I hope we take these skills we have learned together here and use them to continue to push ourselves. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Class of 2025 Peer Relations Chair, Rebecca Willett.
So, I don't want to be a broken record, but let's be honest. At this point, most of us are done with this town. Who wouldn't be, in a town whose nickname is Smellington? And if you've never muttered the words, there is literally nothing to do here. Did you even grow up in Ellington? Despite this, I witnessed how time spent with one another made anything worthwhile. Because even when there was nothing to do, we made something out of it. We made it matter, and that's not nothing. So let's face it, we didn't get here alone. Every smile, every word of encouragement, every shared struggle built the bridge we crossed today. And I don't want to brag, but our class, we're kind of a big deal. We're flexible, we're hardworking, we've conquered college admissions and chronic senioritis. And let's not forget our crowning achievement. We're the only class in Ellington High School history to lose not one, not two, but 3 pep rallies in 1 year. Let that sink in. Some people go the basic route and win, but not us. We're undefeated in losing. However, even when we lost, we showed up. We cheered, we competed, we wore ridiculous outfits because, as is often the case in life, it was never really about winning. It was about showing up for each other. And now, here we are, at a standstill on the edge of something new. The next chapter, another great unknown. Some of us are heading to college, some into jobs or the military, some are still figuring it out. And that's okay, because what matters is that we've arrived at this moment together. It reminds me of our senior sunrise. half asleep, probably undercaffeinated, wrapped in blankets watching the sky change. It was slow, quiet, kind of cold, but suddenly, all at once, there it was. The sun rose, and we all sat there, not saying much, just knowing something important was happening. That's this moment. Right now, we are standing in our own sunrise. So with your roots in Ellington and your eyes on the horizon, go meet the day, go be the change, go greet the sun.
Thank you, class officers. At this time, I'd like to invite our international exchange students to come up on the stage. Mia Bollinger, Max Lahouk, Javier Ramirez Peña, Emily Tietz, and Manon Touchard.
Hello everyone, my name is Mia and I'm an exchange student from Germany. Ever since I was a little girl, I dreamed of coming to America. When I found out I'd be spending my exchange year in Connecticut, I was so excited and couldn't wait to experience it myself. My goal for this year was to learn about the American way of life and truly become a part of the culture. Some of my favorite memories are the little things, like spending hours exploring every aisle in the grocery store or visiting the same mall over and over again. Living in another country means adapting to new ways of doing things, and that's what makes an exchange year so special. Every day challenged me to step out of my comfort zone, to learn, and to see the world from a new perspective. Traveling to a new country by yourself doesn't mean you're all alone. In fact, I found a whole new family here. When I needed to switch host families, my friend Cecilia and her family welcomed me with open arms. Thank you so much to my amazing host family, the Nelsons. I will never forget your kindness and love. I also would like to thank my wonderful teachers for making me feel so welcome and supported. And to the Ellington soccer and track coaches, thank you for encouraging me to be my best, both on and off the field. I'll always remember Coach McCallum cheering me up after a tough soccer game, or the track coaches helping me calm my nerves before a race or jump. And Coach Z, I don't know if he's here, your words, "You're tougher than you think you are," will stay with me forever. These are just a few examples of the kindness I've experienced in this community. Now, as my exchange year comes to an end and I prepare to return home, I look back with so much gratitude, love, and appreciation for everyone who made this year unforgettable. I truly hope the friendships I've made here will last a lifetime. Ellington has become my second home, and the piece of my heart will always remain here. Thank you, Ellington. At this time, I would like to introduce Maxime Lehouk.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maxime, and I'm an exchange student from Germany. Today is a very special day for all of us, and I feel incredibly happy and grateful to be celebrating our graduation together. Coming to this country was one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I can't thank my amazing parents enough for giving me this opportunity and supporting me while I lived so far away for 10 months. Experiencing Americans' traditions, culture, and daily life has truly been special. Throughout this year, I've had so many new experiences, met countless unforgettable people, and learned about so many different things. American high school life kept me busy with activities like senior class day and other fun events, but especially in the fall with this amazing soccer season I had with an awesome team. I still can't believe we made it this far, and I wish we would have just had one more game. I also learned and experienced a lot in school, and I wanted to essentially thank everybody, every teacher, student, and coach who made this year unforgettable for me. I will miss Ellington, and I know it will be tough to return to a different life back home. A special thanks to my friends and especially my host family, who always supported me and gave me the best experience I could have ever imagined. I wouldn't have wanted to do this with anyone else. Finally, I just want to say goodbye to all the seniors. I wish you the best of luck in your future and hope you always keep your dreams alive. At this time, I would like to introduce Javier Ramirez Peña.
Yeah, what a boss. Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Javier, and I'm one of the foreign exchange students here in Ellington this year. I'm originally from Madrid, Spain, a big bustling city not far from the heart of the country. Trying to sum up the past 10 months in just a few words is nearly impossible, but I'll do my best. Back home, I'm used to the fast pace of a large city, so moving to a small town surrounded by farms was a huge change for me. But it was exactly this change that made me so excited. I want to experience the real American way of life, and Ellington gave me that and so much more. This year has truly been everything I dreamed it would be. The memories I have made will stay with me forever. With the very start, joining the soccer team was an unforgettable experience. Together, we achieved amazing things, reaching the state semifinals and building a strong sense of teamwork and friendship. I also had the chance to try new sports like skiing and tennis. And through these activities, I met so many wonderful people who will always have a special place in my heart. I want to thank all my classmates, teachers, coaches, and everyone who helped me and made this year so unforgettable and special. I will miss my life here in Ellington, especially my host family and friends. But now it's time for me to return to Spain and tell everyone just how wonderful Ellington is. Thank you so much, Ellington. And at this time, I would like to introduce Emily Titze.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Emily Tietze, and as you might have guessed, I'm an exchange student. A few months ago, I traveled all the way from Germany to Ellington, and what a year it has been. When I first arrived, I was nervous, curious, and quite unsure of what to expect. I didn't know if I would fit in with this new environment, if I would be able to make friends, or if I could, at some point, really call this place a second home. But, standing here today, I know that I absolutely can. From joining the soccer and softball teams to discovering new classes I'd never had before, this year has been full of firsts for me. I learned what it means to be part of a team, how to cheer from the dugout, and how it feels to come together with people who, just months earlier, were complete strangers. One of the biggest gifts I received here has been my host family. To my host parents and my 3 host brothers, thank you for opening your home and hearts to me. You didn't just provide a place for me to stay, you gave me a family, and I'll always be grateful for that. But more than anything, this year has taught me how important it is to try new things, to step out of my comfort zone, and to truly appreciate the little moments. Whether it was staying up late with friends, experiencing American culture in the form of goldfish at lunch, or simply adjusting to American cafeteria food, each moment has shaped who I am today. These memories, big and small, will stay with me forever. This year, I tested my limits, learned how strong I can be, how kind people can be, and how valuable every experience is, especially the unexpected ones. To all the students, teachers, coaches, and friends, thank you. You made this place feel like home. As we all go our separate ways, I hope that we can each carry forward that same spirit of openness, curiosity, and courage. Because if there's one thing that I have learned, it's that the world is full of beautiful surprises if you're brave enough to look for them. Thank you, Ellington, for giving me a year that I'll never forget. At this time, I would like to introduce Manon Touchard.
Hello everyone, my name is Manon Touchard and I'm a French exchange student here in Ellington. I come from a big city where life moves fast and people often come and go. This past year, I discovered just how strong and special the bonds are between people who grew up together in a small town. Even though those bonds were already so strong, I have never felt more included or more part of your community than I have here. From the very first day, people welcomed me, teachers, students, and parents, with kindness, curiosity, and patience. Thanks to my host family, I had the chance to discover the American lifestyle. From traveling around the country to playing card games during Thanksgiving, they have included me in their lives over the past 10 months, and I'm endlessly grateful for this. Schools has also been a huge part of my experience. Back in France, I never imagined being this excited to come to school every day or feeling this close to my teachers. I have made so many memories in sports I didn't even know existed a few months ago. And I got to experience what it's like to be part of an amazing team. Thank you to my soccer coach, Coach McCollum, and my lacrosse coaches, Coach Kozik and Coach Wade, who even tried to convince me to bring lacrosse back to France and make it a national sport. Now, I want to take a moment to thank the ones back home. Maman, Papa, you made your little girl the happiest girl in the world by letting her go at only 16 across the ocean to live her dream. I know it wasn't easy, I know it was scary, and I know, Mom, I should have called more, but merci infiniment, je vous aime de tout mon cœur. These past 10 months have been the craziest, hardest, and happiest months of my life. I've laughed until I couldn't breathe. I've cried when missing home felt too heavy. I've danced, learned, played, cheered, and lived every moment fully, with people who came as strangers and stayed as family in a town that started as Ellington, Connecticut, and became home. I know how lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Thank you for everything, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, exchange students. At this point, I'd like to invite Student Council Vice President Matthew Duddy to come up on the stage.
Good evening and welcome families, friends, administration, teachers, and of course the class of 2025. My name is Matthew Duddy, and I'm honored to serve as Student Council Vice President. Well, we finally made it to graduation, the moment we've all been waiting for. For years, this day seemed like the biggest milestone of all, and in many ways, it is. Look around. The caps and gowns, the smiles, the happy tears, and probably more cameras pointed at us than ever before. But as I stand here today, I realize something. The moments I'll miss aren't the big milestones like this one, they're the little ones in between. Robert Brault once said, "Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things." Like laughing over something ridiculous at the lunch table, inside jokes only your closest friends could understand, barely surviving a class you thought you would never get through, all because your best friend was sitting next to you. Those moments that didn't make it into the yearbook, but the moments that shaped us the most. We spent so much time looking forward to graduation, but now that it's here, I keep thinking about everything that led up to this day. But first, I want to congratulate my fellow graduates, the same classmates that used to play football at recess, the same people who made it through pandemic and missed out on our DC trip, and somehow managed to lose all 3 pep rallies our senior year. But hey, let's not forget, we did win our junior year. It feels like yesterday we were freshmen, unsure of where to go, who we'd become, or how we'd survive 4 years of high school. And while we may not remember every single detail, we'll always remember how this place and the people in it made us feel. Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel." But maybe that's the point. It's not about being remembered by everyone. It's about how we stuck up for those people around us in the moment. We remember the friends who stuck by us, the classmates who made us laugh, the teachers who believed in us. Time will keep flying by, but the way we treat each other, that lasts forever. When I moved to Ellington in the 4th grade, I remember seeing 2025 next to my Gmail login. At the time, I didn't think much of it. It just looked like some random future date, a number that didn't mean much to me. Even when I realized it was our graduation year, it still didn't feel real. I mean, 2025, that sounded like something out of a sci-fi movie. But here we are, not just the number, the moment. We've reached it. And the funny thing is, it didn't come all at once. It showed up quietly through 1,000 regular days that didn't seem important at the time. That is what this whole experience has been. Not one big picture-perfect high school story, but a long string of small, meaningful moments that will carry forever. As Dr. Seuss said, sometimes you'll never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. So as we move on to the next chapter, let's hold on to what truly mattered. Not the test scores, not the trophies or awards, but the friendships that got us through the hard days, the moments we showed up for each other, the laughter we found even when things were tough. Because those are the things that keep mattering long after high school. Life won't always go according to plan, but if you keep the people who make you feel like yourself, remember how to push through the tough times, and still find reasons to laugh, you're going to be more than okay. Lou Holtz said, "I think that everyone needs 4 things in life. Everybody needs something to do regardless of age. Everybody needs someone to love. Everybody needs something to hope for. And of course, everybody needs someone to believe in." As we write the next chapter of our lives, I hope that we take the time to reflect on our values and move forward with purpose. My hope is that this class and everyone celebrating with us today not only finds something greater to believe in, but also chooses to believe in themselves. And finally, to my mom and dad, who always asked, "Did anything new happen at school today?" I always said, "Man, not really." Well, today I can finally say I graduated high school. Thank you and congratulations to the Ellington High School class of 2025.
It is now my pleasure to invite our salutatorian, Shloka Nathan, to the stage.
Back again. Good evening, class of 2025, parents, teachers, family, and friends. Thank you for joining us today to commemorate the day that always seemed so far away, but now is finally here. Another huge thank you to the administration, teachers, and staff who guided us with patience and purpose, creating a place to grow and discover ourselves. To the parents and families, thank you for cheering us on, dragging us out of bed, driving us to countless practices, and most importantly, believing in us. Thank you to my family for always supporting me, and a special shout out to Mr. Johnston, who not only helped me through high school, but also helped me write the speech. So if it goes downhill from here, you know who to blame. I know I'm up here because of my academic performance, but that's not what I value the most. What I truly treasure are the non-academic lessons, the ones that don't show up on a report card but shape who we are. For example, how to bounce back from failure, work with others, and be a good friend are measurable skills that we've learned along the way. One of the most important things I've come to understand came from sitting at a piano in a memory care unit, playing music for patients with Alzheimer's. Most Sundays, I'd sit at the piano and play for the Alzheimer's patients, knowing they likely wouldn't remember the music or even me by the next time I played. But in that hour, their smiles and genuine joy were real, and being part of that taught me how to truly appreciate the present, not because it lasts, but because it matters. That same idea, valuing moments even when they are fleeting, came to mind as I looked through my 6th grade yearbook for old time's sake. Now, there was a 99% chance that any given message was hags, or if I got really lucky, the full spelled out version saying "have a good summer." But year after year, even in their simplicity, those messages were comforting because it came with an unspoken truth. We'd see each other again in the fall. We knew that after the summer, we'd be back in the same halls, surrounded by the same faces, sharing the same inside jokes. Tonight is the first time that we can't say that because the truth is we're all heading in different directions. New cities, new schools, new adventures, and our paths might not cross again. What I'm hoping we carry with us is that after all these years together, we have memories with each other that will still stay with us. Even if we won't see each other every day anymore, the impact we've had on one another doesn't fade. From laughing through chemistry labs to winning the junior year pep rally, thanks to a senior choke that could rival the Atlanta Falcons, and surviving the struggle that was pre-calc, our high school experience was filled with moments we won't forget. It's in the habits and skills we picked up and the memories that still make us laugh when we least expect it that we should treasure as we move on to our next chapter. These are the lessons that stayed with me, the ones about appreciating people, being present, and holding on to the moments that shaped us, even after they're past. When we leave here for the first time, our next steps won't be decided by the Ellington Board of Ed, but by us. We will go through highs and lows, do incredible things, and make our share of mistakes, like Pete Carroll not running the ball. But every one of those experiences will shape who we become, what we carry with us, and how we move forward. As the wise beyond his years, Jason Tatum probably said, "You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough." To the class of 2025, wherever life takes you, hold on to those moments and make the most of the ones ahead. I know you'll achieve amazing things. And at the end of the day, it's night. Congratulations and thank you.
And now I'd like to invite the valedictorian for the class of 2025 onto the stage, Sonave Gokhale.
Good evening, parents, family, friends, teachers, and fellow graduates. So, raise your hand if you're bored yet. Have the speeches started to blur together, or is that just me? As the final speaker tonight, I promise to keep this short and sweet, for your sake and mine. I'd like to begin by saying thank you. Thank you to my family for your endless encouragement. From late night math homework help in elementary school to late night chemistry homework help in high school, thank you for believing in me, even when I doubted myself. Thank you to my friends, who always found ways to cheer me up during finals week, and of course, for introducing me to the oh-so-helpful ChatGPT, which may or may not have played a role in writing this speech. Finally, to our teachers, thank you for motivating us to become the best versions of ourselves and for guiding us through these last 4 years. I'd also like to take a moment to remember Ms. Fiddler. Though she is no longer with us, her impact remains. Miss Fiddler was a guiding light, someone who taught not just from the textbook, but from her heart. She showed us the value of hard work, the importance of fighting for our goals, and the power of kindness. She will forever be missed. As our time at Ellington High School comes to an end, I want to share one of the most important lessons I've learned. And no, I do not plan to bore you with lessons on hard work or dreaming big. I'm sure you've heard enough of that in the previous 12 speeches. My lesson to you is that mindset is everything. Ironically, we first heard about growth mindset back in elementary school. And if you were like me, you were probably too focused on recess to think much of it at the time. But 8 years later, I finally understand its importance. Mindset isn't just about being positive or optimistic or pushing forward without reflecting on your failures. It's about how you choose to see every situation and every challenge. It's the lens through which you face the world. Dr. Seuss captures this perfectly in Oh, the Places You'll Go. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. We all have the tools for success. Our teachers gave us study guides and extra help, but if we convinced ourselves we'd fail, no amount of studying could help. We practiced for hours in sports, but if we believed we were the weakest player, we'd never make it to the championship. Our mindset, how we think when things get tough, shapes who we are and who we become. I'm not trying to say that we all have to be optimists all the time, because that simply isn't possible. Over these past 4 years, we've all faced setbacks. Maybe you didn't get the lead role, or maybe you lost a game, or maybe you got rejected from your dream school. It's important to reflect on those moments, to understand our shortcomings. But we are not defined by our failures. We are defined by how we respond to them. Mindset doesn't demand perfection. It just demands effort. The effort to choose growth over giving up. So as we move forward into the next phase of our lives, I implore you to remember that mindset is everything. Your future is in your own hands. It's not what happens to you, it's how you think and respond to the world around you. Whether you're heading into the workforce, trade school, or university, seize every opportunity and give it your best. As Dr. Seuss writes, everyone is capable of moving a mountain. So be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Alley Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so class of 2025, get on your way.
Thank you. At this point, I'd ask the senior speakers to take their seats in the stands. And I would also ask for our class scholars, who are not already down in the front, to please come forward. Dr. Nickel, would you come onto the stage, please? Can I ask the class scholars to come down, please? Oh, you're there. Elise Catlett. Sorry. Raya Kundu. Annalise Patton. Sai Saruth Chapakatla. Braden Lagasse. Ella Hallett. Isha Lal. Again, our salutatorian, Shloka Nathan. And once again, the valedictorian for the class of 2025, Sanave Gokhale. Thank you, Dr. Nickel. At this point, I would ask the chairman of the Board of Education, the Ellington Board of Education, Mrs. Jennifer Zinn, to please come forward.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I have to say it's nice to not have the rain pouring down on us this evening as it has the last couple of years. I want to thank you for joining us to commemorate and honor the Ellington High School graduating class of 2025. Let's give them another round of applause. It's truly a privilege to be here with all of you this evening to celebrate, and on behalf of the Ellington Board of Education members here in front of me, I congratulate all of you. And by all of you, I really do mean everyone here. It's not just the students. This is a very proud moment and a very exciting day for family and friends, mentors, and the entire Ellington community. I respectfully offer a special thanks to each and every one of you that has helped, guided, taught, coached, nurtured, inspired, and loved our students, because their success here today as seniors graduating in part is because of all of you. Now, usually at this point, I have a lot to say or something to say to the students, but they're always behind me. So if you would just indulge me a moment, I'm gonna go talk to some seniors who are graduating here today. Hello, Knights. How we doing? Yeah, big night. Everybody excited? Lagassies, you look amazing. How we doing? I have just a couple of comments for you guys this evening, and then I'll be on my way. I'll be short, I promise. You know, everything that you guys have done in your academic career, for the most part, has been someone else making decisions for you, right? Whether it was early on doing athletics or classes, not always your choice. But tonight, that all changes. Today, everything going forward is your path, your decisions, what you want to do with your life. And it doesn't matter, it does, but whether you're going into the military or you're going out into the workforce or you're heading off to university, or if you're going into a trade, this is where your path starts. It's all about the decisions you make from here on out. Scary? Yep, a little bit, but so exciting. And we are so excited to see what you guys are going to do next. So I have a couple of little tips that I hope you'll take along with you on your journey. There's only 4, so I'll be short. First one, find your center. When I talk about your center, I'm talking about being grounded, being firm in the knowledge of who you are. And maybe some of you are already there. But if you're not, do a little digging. Do a little soul searching, some self-reflection. Figure out where your moral compass is pointing you. What are your values? What are your beliefs? What are you passionate about? Not your parents' beliefs, not your family's, not your friends, but yours. What matters to you? Your center is your base, and it's going to guide you in your decisions going forward. Number 2, find your focus. That's deeper than just what you want to be when you grow up, right? It's about finding what you're passionate about, what makes you happy, what drives you, what makes you want to improve and change and grow. That's where you're going to find success. Number 3, find your groove. This is a place where you're comfortable in your own skin. You're confident in who you are, and you know what you're capable of achieving. It's a place where you don't need others to validate you because you take responsibility for your own actions. Number 4, and to me most important, find your people. You know, you're probably looking for those people and you just don't know where to find them, but they're out there looking for you too. Some of them you may already have. Hold on to those people. Those are the ones that make you feel like there is nothing in this world you can't do. So surround yourself with those people. And if you haven't met them, I assure you, they're out there and they're looking for you too. So I hope these tips help you navigate a little bit of what lies ahead for you. And I have got to say, I had the same Dr. Seuss quote set up for tonight as our valedictorian, which, by the way, is my neighbor. I don't know where she is, but so she stole my thunder. But that's all good. So from here, I'm going to say congratulations to all of you. I wish you all the best. Go Knights.
Thank you, Mrs. Sen. Okay, moving right ahead. I'd like to ask Dr. Nickel, please, to come up again. Do you want me to move this back to the middle? Or are you good? Okay.
So when Sonave said, raise your hand if you're bored, I raised my hand. Did anyone see that? How many people raised their hand? Yeah, I saw a few. It wasn't because I was bored, though. It really wasn't. It was actually because I was enjoying the speeches given by the kids. And this is my 10th Ellington High School graduation, and everyone is super special. And I just think of the families that come through, the students, the loved ones, the friends, and I just feel a great deal of gratitude to be a small part of this amazing school district, of this just amazing town with all of these wonderful people living their lives. And I just wanted to say thank you for that opportunity. Mrs. Zen, members of the Ellington Board of Education, parents and family, members of the Ellington community. As superintendent of the Ellington Public Schools, I hereby certify that each student here before you this evening has completed the high school requirements for graduation as required by the Connecticut State Board of Education and as prescribed by the Ellington Board of Education. By the powers vested in me by the Ellington Board of Education, let us award high school diplomas to the members of the Ellington High School class of 2025 on this 13th day of June 2025.
Yeah, I'll bring it back.
Gloria Acevedo. Lily Asaychek. Marilyn Afriye. Luca Albano. Xenia Alicia. Jonathan Ammett. Shaylin Love Aponte. Dexter Argood. Moira Armstrong. Nana G. Asamudu. Dominic Attardo. Addison Rose Aubin. Jason Backman. Dean Bailey. Lauren Nicole Barnes. Christopher Joseph Beaudry. Mia Bollinger. Owen Richard Boucher. Sabine Brown. Hannah Bruno. Julia Marie Burns. Sophia Eileen Canton. Liam Capshaw. Sophia Elise Carvel. Elise Marie Catlett. Jada Chan. Kayla Dora Chapdelaine. Jake Chipman. Sai Saruth Chapakatla. Nicholas Cipollini. Carter Covino. Amelia May Crocker. Audrina Cumbo. Grace Lauren Courier. Andrew Danforth. Grace Davis. Caitlin Rose Delaney. Jonathan Delisle. Everett Deptula. Isabel Rose Deptula. Kylie DeSantis. Vishal Devakumaran. Dave Dezelfane. Tegan Dieterly. Jovan Demovsky.
Carly Dewinski. Isabella Delago. Shay Downey. Yeah, buddy. Matthew Duddy. Elisa Hope Dwyer. Samuel Einsiedel. Sean Stephen Ellis. Nyasia Arazo. Abby Thackrell. Josiah J. Fasano. Cameron Fisher. Andrew Flickenschild. Catherine Elizabeth Forst. Alexia Galarza. Yeah, got it. Anna Gallagher. Braden Gavigan. Shane Jeswaldi. Andrea Darlene Gillis Crane. Emerson Elizabeth Giordano. Sonavi Gokhale. Lonnie Gonzalez Rosario. Emily Hope Gooden. Gracie Goodrow. Anthony Stewart Gray. Maisie Grace Griffin. Shannon Elizabeth Griswold. Meredith Hager. Ella Page Hallett. Emily Hamilton. Amy Harris. Fiona Hart. Hunter Matthew Hebert. Connor Hildebrand. Madison Hoffman. Jake Hopper. Donald Hoyt. Arabella Ingelary. Jefferson Janzek. Emily Janiak. Brooke Johnson. Connor Kennedy. Ashlyn Renee Kindle. Ella Korb. Ria Kundu. Nathaniel LaBranche.
Lucas Layden. Grant LaForest. Avery Lagasse. Braden Lagasse. Connor Lagasse. Isha Lal. Sylvia Lands Matthews. Jared Late. Dominic Latanzio. Maxim Lahouk. Liam Levesque. Aiden LaCory. Ethan Liu. Cody Lonsberry. Jillian Lucy. Abigail Lund. Sophia Mahfouz. Adav Manivanan. Ava Martin. Olivia Grace Martin. Talon Martin. Owen Matthew. Dylan McKee. Scarlett Celine McKenzie. Brandon Mead. Nyla Metz. Austin Mashad. Ayan Mohammed. Jaden Kaylee Morrow. Abram Moser. Ashta Natarajan. Shloka Nathan. Connor Nedwig. Cecilia Nelson. Cade Newberg. Noah Norman. Annalise M. Patton.
Gentiano Pesci. Sebastian Perez. Lana Ferretti. Leo Rabus. Javier Ramirez Pena. Addison Marie Reuter. Zanaya Kaylila Rodriguez.
Tristan Bruni. Tyler Salisbury. Nathan Keith Scalise. Skylar Wayne Schulze. Brennan Scott. Manon Shannon. Pratham Chaitan Shende. Landon Joseph Shershak. Jake Siegel. Luke Xavier Simon. Jedediah John Smalley. Elijah Smith. Emily Soto. Jack Spanswick. Madison Stavens. Tetrick Stonar. Tyann Avea Stonar. Haley Noel Stratodakis. Abigail Tate. Logan Takich. Naya Talbot. Isabella Taveldi. Nicole Thoman. Alan Thornton. Emily Teets. Manon Touchard. Rachel Tucker. Sky Turney. Udithya Umanath. Kaylin Utz. Lola Velez. Luke Van Tassel. Gianna Marie Vanelli. Sierra Valu. Liliana Walker. Alex Welch. Emma West. Rebecca Willett. Jacob Wojcik. Michaela Wong. Olivia Wood.
Graduates, could you please move your tassels from the right to the left? Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2025.
Just sit down, everybody. Just sit down. Just sit down. All right, everybody. And just like that, 13 years are over. Another hand, please, for the class of 2025. So there is one. I love graduation. So there's one more part to tonight's ceremony, and that is the recessional. So where your students, in a very solemn yet kind of happy way, will exit the stands and they will go down the center so you can applaud as they walk. Please stay seated until they've cleared that last row. All right?